That looked good, right? It was a good combination. It was good speed, good power, perfect technique, right? Well, it might have looked it when it was fast, but now I'm going to play it in slow motion. I'm going to show you this mistake that 90% of people are making right now. Yeah, as you just saw, I was dropping my hand. On this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips to be able to improve this common mistake. 3 things that you can do next time you're in the gym to help improve you dropping your hands. And as well, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you an old school method of keeping your hands up, but it's something that I don't really recommend, but you might have seen some old school fighters doing this. So make sure you watch till the end and see that as well. My name's Tony Jeffries, Olympic medalist boxer, former undefeated professional, 7 times national champion, European champion. And on my YouTube channel, I give you everything boxing, boxing education, fight breakdowns. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the videos that I'm putting out. So the first thing you've got to do is realize that you're making this mistake. I didn't realize I was doing this until I started working with Tommy Brooks when I turned professional here in Los Angeles. And he was telling me, Tony, keep your hand up, keep your hand up. And it took me 6 months to go from here to here. Yeah, to move this up 3 or 4 inches. And this was probably my worst habit that I got into over all my years of boxing. I would throw a jab and bring it back down to here, throw a jab, bring it back down to here, which kind of left me open for a right over the top. And sometimes I got caught with that right over the top. And there was a couple of times I actually got hurt with a right hand over the top. And that was because I was bringing this down here. And with Tommy, he used to drill it into me all the time. Tony, keep your hand up. Tony, keep your hand up. Tony, keep your hand up. And that there really helped me keep my hand up, being reminded about it all the time. But you might not have someone there to remind you of your mistakes. So these 3 tips right here will help you get out of any of the bad habits you've got with dropping your hands. So tip number 1 is record yourself. Record yourself boxing on the heavy bags and look for this mistake. Just focus on looking for this bad habit of dropping your hand. And a common mistake that I'll see is when people are throwing a jab, their right hand will drop like this. And what we call that is firing a bow and arrow, where you'll see people and they'll pull it back like they're firing a bow and arrow, and then bringing it back here. So don't do that. So yes, get out your phone and record yourself boxing on a heavy bag, and that's really going to help you know exactly what mistake you're making. And when you know what mistake you're making, guess what? It's going to be better to improve that mistake. And tip number 2 is get a glove and put the glove by your face and hold it with your right hand. And it'll look like this. So I'm there. Now that mistake that I just showed you with the bow and arrow, it's impossible to make that mistake. Now I'm just going to work on my left hand here and not dropping this hand, because if I drop this hand in the slightest, this happens and then you know you've dropped your hand. So that's getting out of the habit of dropping that hand with the punch. Get a glove up there, that'll really help. Now tip number 3 is probably the best tip of them all, and that is think about it. Now you've watched your mistakes by recording it. You've worked with the glove up by your face. Now think about it. When you're thinking about these mistakes, that's how you're going to get out of the habit. Constantly thinking about not dropping your hand. Constantly thinking about bringing your hands back to your face. Your non-punching hand should be by your face at all times. No matter what punch you're throwing, the non-punching hand should always be by the face. Now think about that next time you're on a bag. Drill it in your head. Hear my voice. Hear Tony telling you that non-punching hand's by your face. That non-punching hand by your face. Keep your hands up. When you hear my voice, like I heard Tommy Brooks' voice, that right there is going to help you get out of the bad habits of dropping your hands. Now I'm going to tell you about this old school method that I don't really recommend, but you'll have seen lots of old school boxers doing this. But guys, before I do, quick reminder, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Turn on the notifications. And if you're already subscribed, you can do me a favor by hitting that thumbs up button. It'll really help the channel and really help me keep creating this sort of content for you. So what is this old school habit that I'm talking about? Well, it is touching your nose. Now you might be thinking, touching your nose? Why would you want to touch your nose? Now when I do it, you might recognize it, or you might have seen it before, where it's this. You see fighters to get into a habit, of touching the nose. Yeah? Now, that might help you keep your hands up because you're always getting into a habit of touching your nose. But if I'm in the ring with someone like that, I'm going to wait for them to touch the nose and then blast them with them 2 punches. Because I know when they touch the nose, they're relaxed. And that's kind of a timer, a trigger point for me. They touch the nose, bam, throw them punches and catch them off guard. Guys, if you've got any questions about this, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching.